Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our new Eelectron webinar entitled What's New? October 2020 session. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you will have a great time with us. My name is Giangiacomo Pastore, and I'm in charge for the export sales for the European countries. Today with me, Andrea Pontonio, which is the product specialist of Eelectron. We will introduce you our latest novelties and solutions. And we look forward to introduce you all our latest solutions and products. As you will see in this slide, the agenda of the day will introduce you some history and facts about the company, a portfolio update which includes what's new October 2020, and of course our what's next, the next products that will be soon launched in the market. In the part of the agenda, you will see also an initiative summary, and of course, at the end of the presentation, we will open a question and answering session to let you join us with all your feedback and requests. But now, as you can see in this slide, here is a quick briefing regarding our company. In fact, Eelectron is a family company founded in 1994 and based in Milan, with more than 30,000 rooms installed all over the world, which include also residential condominium and villas. Our R&D and manufacturing is based fully in Italy, and we've been the third European company to develop a KNX step. One important news that we are introducing to you today is that we are open a new branch office in Spain, which is based in Madrid, which is the latest novelties for us. And of course, we are having our offices in Dubai and in Beijing. We act globally all over the world in more than 80 countries, and we are a member of KNX Association from 2005. Actively also as a member of KNX Technical Board and also as a certified training center. With a strong development of our products and with an eye on customization, Eelectron continue its path of innovation from simple to premium room automation. We continue to follow our roots as building and home evolution. In this slide, you can observe our portfolio of products, which includes design switches from 9025, 3025 Eelecta, our parts of products dedicated to the supervision and human-machine interface. In the center of this slide, you can observe the products that we launched this year and now available as the multi-controller, which is an extension of the 9025 range, the Multisensors range, which will be some novelties today, and of course the parts of actuator, which will include the universal module, HVAC, dimmer, system components, and so on. At the bottom of the slide, you can see also our gas room management system, which is being enlarged also with the 9025 solution. And last and not least, the Automotive, the new solution in Bluetooth technology, where you have been already invited to see the latest webinars, and you will see some novelties also today. But now I will let Andrea continue the presentation. Thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope you will have a pleasant time with us.
Good morning to everybody, and thank you, Giangiacomo, for the introduction. I'm Andrea Pontoio, product specialist here in Eelectron. As said during the agenda, today we will start with our what's new product, that is the TC57A01 KNX. That is a new phone call actuator for HVAC application, where you can find up to 3 analog output and 3 relay output of 16 amps each. This device can be used to control and manage different type of HVAC thermoregulation system. And in addition, you can find directly in the product 2 analog input for our NTC probe that can be used to enable 2 independent thermostat. So this means that we can control and manage theoretically also 2 different zones with only 1 device. Think about a solution where we have this device that controls the 2 zones using the 2 temperature probe to enable the 2 different thermostat, and 2 relays to control valves, or 2 analog output to control 2 different proportional valves. In addition, in the device, if the 2 analog input for NTC probe are not used, we can enable up to 5 digital input. These to integrate push button, conventional presence detector, bathroom alarm, window contact, and so on. So regarding the configuration of the relay, if they are not used for the management of on-off valve or speeds, these 3 relays can be used to control lighting system or a simple roller shutter. In addition, we have 2 analog input for general purpose, so 2 analog 0 to 10 or 4 to 20 milliamps. And these 2 analog input can be used to integrate some conventional probes, for example, some 0 to 10 humidity probe. Of course, all these functions can be also mixed inside the device. Here we can see a flexible configuration that we can have with our product. So as we said at the beginning, we can wire up to 2 different probes to enable 1 or 2 different thermostats inside the device. We can use 2 digital input to wire and connect 2 different window of contact. In this way, we can stop the HVAC management if the window of the room is open. This can help us with the energy saving in our room. The relay in this case are not used for the HVAC management, so we can use them to control a simple roller shutter. The 3 analog output in this particular case are used to control and manage 3 different 6-way valves. This means that inside the TC57A01 KNX, you will find some already pre-programmed algorithm inside the device to manage and control every kind of HVAC system. And later we will see also a little screenshot about the ETS, so about the configuration of the product. And in this device, we will see that there is available advanced logic function that can be used to customize the application of this product and fulfill every kind of the request that you can receive from your customer. Going ahead, we can see another kind of configuration that we can have inside this device. As always, we can wire the 2 different temperature probe inside the NTC input of the device, enable again the window of contact if present the request on our project. In this case, I'm not controlling again the HVAC system with the relay, so I can use these 3 different relays to manage and control the lighting system. The output, the analog output in this case are used to manage the fan coil. For example, could be a 2-pipe fan coil with fan speed management with analog output. We can use this device from a minimal control of the room. So we can use a room module like our 1925 thermostat as control panel or enable directly inside the 1925 thermostat the regulation algorithm and use the TC57 as a passive module. So in this particular case, we enable the thermostat function in the 1925 thermostat that will send the command over the KNX bus to the fan coil actuator, and the fan coil actuator simply will act the command received from the thermostat. I remember you that our 1925 series can control and manage different kind of HVAC system. The same thermostat that you already know inside the 1925 is present also in the TC57. If you already know this thermostat, you already know that is a very complete thermostat as a predefined algorithm for the HVAC management. Thanks to the KNX standard, we can extend the functionality of my room, of my building, by adding more devices. For example, another IO16F01 KNX to control and manage up to 16 relays that can be used to control shutter, lighting system, other valves, and so on. As I said at the beginning of the presentation of this actuator, also the ETS is an advanced ETS, let me say, because it is easy to program thanks to our R&D that create a database divided in more pages where you can find dedicated parameters for each pages. For example, you will have the page for digital input, digital output, analog input, analog output, and so on. So also the user experience that you will have with this database will be very easy because trust me, also if you don't read the manual, you will understand more or less by the first time that you will see the ETS how to use it, if you already know how to use ETS and configure KNX devices. As we said at the beginning, we can enable in the device a flexible application because with this device we can control lighting system, HVAC, and simple roller shutter. In addition, you can find up to 10 different logic that can be used to customize your KNX project and enable some custom function that probably some KNX device doesn't have by default. And I remember you that as logic, we implement all the logic that you already know in our portfolio. For example, we have the classic bit to byte conversion, byte to bit, threshold over 1 byte and 2 byte values, expression, and so on. Now I want to talk to you about another product that is in our What's New of October 2020. That is the space sensor in combination with the two new plug-in modules, one for the CO2 and the other one for the equivalent CO2 plus the VOC probe. So as we saw in the last webinar where this product was in the What's Next, now this product is already present in our stock. So you can use the space sensor to control the lighting system in your room, of course, because we have a peer sensor inside of it and a lux meter embedded in the device. This can be used to control and manage the lux inside the room by enabling the constant dimming. But remember you that the multisensor and the space version inside the electronics have also some other embedded probe. For example, we have an embedded temperature probe that can permit us to enable a thermostat inside the presence detector. We have the humidity probe that enable us the humidity control inside our room. But we have also a sound sensor that can help us to keep the presence inside the room and extend the range detection of the presence detector. The space version of the multisensor range add you two software versions in your building, the utilization function and the occupancy function. With the occupancy function, we have a percentage of the occupancy of the room. For example, we can set on the ETS a timeout time of 1 hour, and the device every hour will say to me a percentage of the occupancy of the room. I mean, if I stay here and perform a webinar, like in this case, for half an hour, after 1 hour, the detector sends to the KNX bus a percentage of 50%, because in the last hour, I stay in the meeting room for half an hour. The other function, so the utilization function, give us an indicator, so a number of the activities under the presence detector. So if there are movement or not, and also if it's a low movement or a lot of movement inside the zone managed by the sensor. And as I said at the beginning of this slide, if we added to one of the two modules, plug-in modules of the detector, we can have, in the one case, one additional temperature that I can use to calculate a medium value between the internal temperature probe and the slave temperature probe. But this accessory gives me also the CO2 level, because there is an CO2 probe inside the device. The other plugin is similar, because we have one temperature probe, as always, to manage a medium between the two temperatures, give us the VOC value of the room over the KNX bus. And in addition, we will have the equivalent CO2. That means the measurement of the CO2 is not direct as in the other case, but is calculated by using the temperature data and the VOC data. I remember also that this device can enable the HCL function, so can manage the temperature color, the white temperature color of our lamp, to replicate the color of the sun that we have outside of our room. For example, today is a rainy day, and if we enable the HCL function inside a room, we can replicate the color of the sun inside my room, also if outside is gray because it's rain. All this data and information, remember you, that are always available in the KNX bus and can be used to contribute to LEED, BREEAM and WELL certification. I want to remember you that this device is very compact size, and during this year we won also the Design Plus award. One thing that we add in our portfolio is the opportunity to customize also the color of the presence detector. In this case, you can see one presence detector black, because we had a project where the architect asked us for a black presence detector and we made it. I remember you always that we are famous in the KNX market also for the customization service. So if you have a question regarding a product that you don't see in the portfolio, or a modification on a product that you see, just type an email or drop a call to your commercial reference. In this way, we can discuss about the customization on our products. One new device that we add in our portfolio is the energy meter with the MID certification. So for this reason, we go back with the solution with the KNX IR interface plus IR energy meter. In this case, you can see the new monophase energy meter with the direct insertion up to 80 amps for the monophase version. And in combination with the Horizon, and thanks to the dashboard that we will enable soon with Horizon, we can have also a quick overview about the consumption of our building, or as in this case, in this slide, you can see a production site. So we can take control, check the consumption on the machine inside a production company, for example, and create a dashboard. That means a graphic, and store the data to give to the facility manager or the energy manager of a company this data to understand if order is okay and follow the plan that they had at the beginning. As we said, we are working also on the dashboard that is a service entirely based on cloud. It will be very easy to configure because as for Horizon, the configuration is made directly over our browser, and we can connect more Horizon web server at the same dashboard. As we can see from the next slide, we can check an example where we have a multi-site dashboard that control one office and one building. And all the data that you can see in this particular screenshot are taken directly from our present detector, the space sensor. So as I said in the previous slide about the present detector, this data can be used to fill graphic and dashboard. Now I want to talk to you about our KNX 2 Automo gateway. As you know, we developed a new protocol, a new standard over Bluetooth Low Energy, so BLE, called Automo. That is a new system based on a mesh network, BLE, created to control lighting system and shutter system. Lighting could be on-off light or DALI. Thanks to the system and the app that you can have on your mobile phone, or thanks to a beacon that you can bring with you, we can qualify the presence inside our building. This means that if I enter in a room, I will I will turn on the light only if I'm Andrea. So if my other colleague comes in my office, the light remains off. This is something that we can do over the Automo gateway, the Automo system. The gateway enables us the opportunity to add a thermostat over the Automo, because the gateway itself could be a thermostat by wiring it a temperature probe. And we can control this thermostat directly from our app in Automo. Let's see Automo, in this case, as a standalone. So we have some Automo devices to control over Bluetooth, some shutter, some DALI systems, some on-off light, and so on. But if we add our KNX to Automo gateway, of course, we have the opportunity to integrate all the KNX system with Automo. So think about a system where you have already installed the KNX, and the end user asks you to add a light management or a light control on a part of the building where you can't unwire and wire the KNX system. But you already have the phase and neutral on the back box or in the derivation box for the lighting system. So here, very easily, we can put the Automo actuator, and thanks to the gateway, we can control and manage this light without any problem. Thanks to this gateway, we can use Horizon web server to control the KNX system, but thanks to the gateway, we can also control and receive feedback from the Automo system. Here you can see our new enchanted application for Automo, because we add the opportunity to control the thermoregulation system directly from the app. So for who already started to use Automo, knows that before the only possibility that we had as control was regarding lighting and roller shutter. Now, thanks to the new application and the gateway, we can control and manage also thermostat. That could be also KNX thermostat, for example. So now let's see our what's next session. So what we will propose in the next month and what we are working on. The first product that I want to show you today is our new multisensor with the BLE. So as you already know, our multisensor will have the same functionality with the same ETX function, but in this case, we add the BLE beacon that can be used to integrate a third-party system for wayfinding or indoor positioning. And this is already tested with some service and works very fine. So this device permits you to reduce the cost of the system in this building where the wayfinding or indoor positioning is requested. Other two products that will expand our portfolio in the next release is the Automotive Modbus gateway. That is a gateway that will be used to enable you two different functions. The first one is give the IP connection to Automo. So without a KNX gateway and Horizon, we will have the opportunity to control directly Automo with our Automo app. This because the Automo IP gateway will give us the cloud connectivity, and in addition will give us the opportunity to integrate Automo not only with KNX but also over Modbus TCP/IP. Net dimming also will have a new hardware release. In this way, we will pass from 4 amp for each channel as maximum consumption to a higher limit that is not defined yet, but we are working to double the power of our LED dimming. And more to come, and we will show the other products in the next webinars. For this reason, I highly suggest you to keep in touch with us and subscribe to our newsletter to always be updated. For today, I finished with my part. Now I will let Gian Giacomo to finish our presentation.
So thank you for listening, Andrea. I hope you have a great experience looking the new products. As you saw previously in our webinars, we having all the marketing tools ready for our partners, from the dedicated demo box working or dummy to display the design and the features of the products as 9025 and sensors, to the operational demo case dedicated on vertical markets for KNX, which is included hotel or offices, and of course an operational demo case for Automo to display the solution in Bluetooth for the end user and for the planners, architects, etc. Of course, we are having also, as you probably saw in our latest launching, all simple kit for testing the device or for prepare a showroom. So feel free to contact us for these tools. So we will be delighted to follow your needs. As you already know, on our website is all available now, all the technical and sales documentation. You can observe in this slide that we're having now 5 catalogs, which will start from the product catalog, the solution catalog of KNX, the design part, 1 catalog dedicated to the auto solution, and of course a product catalog for the Automo products. I always remind you to follow us following our social networks, and of course to subscribe to our newsletters, because we will have a lot of launching in the next month, and in this way you can be always updated. The availability of the products that you saw today, we would like to inform you that the products are available, except of course the what's next that Andrea showed you before. You can find all the data sheet, all the user manual, ATS application already in our website. The products are available, so if you're having any inquiry or oncoming project, feel free to contact us for this. We can already fulfill your demand on this. For the part of customization of the multi-sensor range, like Andrea said, this is a custom solution. So we ask you kindly, if you are having this request, to inform us in advance in order to give you timing for this. Of course, we will continue our path to training and webinars to all of you. So please stay connected with us, follow us on our socials, like I already said, and of course, join us in our newsletter. In this way, you can be always updated about our initiative for this. Today, this is the end of the webinar. Today you saw an overview about our new products. The presentation will be available to you after we close the session. And of course, we kindly ask you to share to your team if they are not participate with us. We are launching something new also for the people that join us for the first time today. You will soon find on our website a new solution which is called Meet the Company, that allows you to have a one-to-one conference call with your sales or technical reference. In this way, you can be a full introduction of the company and on the solution. This tool will be available soon on our website. But of course, when you will receive this slide, you can already book, in case you would like to have a meeting, directly with the QR code or the link that you can find below. That's all. This is really the end of the webinar. Thank you very much for your attention. We really hope that you find something interesting for you and your company. And of course, I kindly remind you below, you can find our contacts if you have a generic questions. From my side, thank you very much for joining us today. It was great to have you here, and I hope you have a good time with us with a lot of interesting things for your work.
Have a nice day to everybody.
Have a nice day. Thank you.